So friends, today we'll see a concept called as axis modifiers or axis specifiers. These axis modifiers I have been discussing from the very first day. I was discussing about the data types and afterwards variables and everything. That much important these axis modifiers are. Mainly they define the security related to the class. They define the security, how the class is related with the security and how the axis modifiers provide the security to the class. We can see that now while we discuss these axis modifiers. So what are these axis modifiers? Axis modifiers are nothing but they are called as the keywords which are specifying the accessibility or access level of the class members. That means if there are two classes, assume there is a class 1 and class 2. If class 2 wants to use all the members of the class 1, then we'll declare the class as public or internal. We'll see that now. Then only we can access all the members of, for example, if there are class 1 and class 2, assume there are two classes and class 1 members are, and class 1 is having two methods like a public void display like this. It's having some method, assume like this. It's having some method. If this method has to be used by the class 2, then we'll use this public. This is called as axis modifier, which I was discussing. So if we declare this as public or internal, then only the class 2 can access all the members of the class. Class also need to be declared here as public. We'll discuss that. So axis modifiers are nothing but it defines the access level of the class or class members. So what are axis modifiers means? They define the access levels of class or members of a class. Members of a class. So this is called as axis modifier. So define the access levels, whether this class 2 can consume this method or not. It depends upon this axis modifiers only. It depends upon this axis modifier, that public we are using here. It depends upon the class axis modifier only. Okay. So they define the access levels of the class or members of a class. And while defining a class or while declaring a class member, we can define the accessibility with the help of axis modifiers. So when we'll use this axis modifiers means while defining the class itself we will define the axis modifiers while defining the class and class members. While we define the class or class members itself. So we need to define the axis modifiers before itself while defining the class and class members. While defining the class and class members only. So when we will define this axis modifiers means while defining the class and class members itself. While defining the class and class members itself, we define the axis modifiers. So we need to declare the axis modifiers. So what are axis modifiers means? Axis modifiers are nothing but they define the access levels. That means whether multiple classes can, that means if there, I told you that there are two classes, class 1 and class 2. Assume that if class 2 wants to use the method of class 1, then this class should be declared as public. Otherwise it can't be used. Okay. So it need to be declared public. Then only class 2 can consume this method. So that is the secret behind this, that these are called as axis modifiers. So this is a class and this is a class member. It is also declared as public and class member also declared as public. We'll see that now. So while we define the axis modifiers, when we will define this axis modifiers means while we define the class and class members only, we need to define this axis modifiers. So I already discussed that in C#.NET there are 5 types of axis modifiers. Number 1 is public. Second one is private. Third one is protected. Okay. And fourth one is internal. Fifth one is protected internal. Okay, these 5 are the access modifiers. We will see that in detail now. So public, if we declare a class as public, what happens? Let's see. So let's deal with public now. If we declare class and class members as public, what happens? It can be accessed by all the classes of current project and all the projects of the application. That means it can be accessed by all the classes of current project. For example, in this project, we see in Solution Explorer, right hand side, this all the classes. If you create under this program, if you create another .cs file, all the classes of this current project can consume these classes, and all the projects of the current application of the this is the application. Actually, this is the application. Sample is an application, and this is the project. Okay, all the classes under this application can use this. If we declare that if we declare the access modifier as public, all the classes can access the members of each classes. That means one class member can be consumed by another class member. Okay, that is called as, that is the importance of public. So public, if we declare the class member as public, what happens means, if you declare the class or class member, both, declare the class or class member as public, all the classes belonging to the current project and all the projects of application. All the classes belonging to the current project. That means this is the current project. How many classes you created here, that is immaterial. All the classes can consume each member classes, each member methods like that. Okay, and all the projects of the application. You can create another project also. In this application, you can create another project also. Right click here, you can add another project. You can see it. How can you can add a project means right click on this, add, see new project. If you add a new project gets added here. It will ask which type of project, that's it. Console apply, whether it is Windows, web, like that. You can select console application, click on OK, another project gets opened here. Okay, so all the projects of this current application can also use the classes. So to access a public member, there is no restriction within the application. Within the application, that means how many projects it is there, it is immaterial within this application. Within this application sample, how many projects are there, it is immaterial. All the classes can consume each member's methods and variables, everything. Okay, if you declare it as a public, that is the importance of public. Okay, let us see it with an example. We will understand it in detail. Under the namespace sample now, what I am doing is, I am creating a class as class 1. I am naming the class as class 1. Okay, fine. Now what I am doing is, I am declaring a variable and declaring a method. Observe, I am declaring it as public. Okay, void method. I am putting a method like this. Put it as method 1. Give a statement that console.writeLine method 1 value is, I'm printing that value. concatenate it plus a variable. Okay, fine. Now what I'll do is, now I want another class, come out of this class where it is closed here. Okay, come out of this class. Now what I want to do is, I want to use declare another class as class 2. Fine, I am defining another class. Now what I want to do is, I am declaring another method here, public void method 2. What I will do is, for class 1 I will create an object here. Okay, class 1 obj is equal to new class 1. I am creating an instance of that class 1. Now console dot write line, I want to print the value of a here in method 2. Method 2 value is, what I want to do is, with this obj, see, I am consuming that variable there in the class 1. Because I am declaring it as public here, this method, I am able to, here already I have declared as public here this method, and the variable also as public. That is the reason I am able to consume this value, this instance variable value as 10, which I have given as 10. I am able to consume this value here. Okay, that's fine. So I have created an object here. Now what I will do is, go to my program class, move this, another, for class 1 I will create an instance, class 1 obj1 is equal to new class 1, sorry, from main method I am calling nothing but console dot write line, main method value is, okay, plus obj1 dot a is my variable. Fine. Now what I'll do, I will also call a method now, obj1 dot, I want to call another method here, obj1 dot, that's of your wish, any method you can call. Method 1 I am calling, because I have declared there as public, I am able to consume the method here. If you carefully observe all this, because I have declared this as method 1 as public, I am able to consume here. Okay, obj1 dot method 1. Fine. What I will do is, now for class 2 also I will create an instance in main method. For class 1 already I have created an instance. For now class 2 I am creating an instance. Class 2 obj2 is equal to new class 2. Fine. Okay, obj2 dot, you can call method 2 now, obj2 dot method 2 is there in my class 2. Okay, if you observe, there is a method 2 in my class 2. This is the method 2 which is there in my class 2. Okay, I am calling that method here by creating an instance obj2. So now console dot read line is there. So I have created nothing but, there is, I have created a class 1 and class 2. What I have done is, from class 2 I am able to call the method of class 1. How I have called? By creating just an object of, or an instance of class 1 in class 2, inside the class 2. Class 1 obj equal to new class 1, console dot write line. From method 2 I am printing the value of this variable int a equal to 10 of the class 1 variable. As I have declared this as public, we are getting it as I have declared this as public, we are able to access this variable from outside the class. This is outside the class. From class 2 I am accessing the value of the variable value of class 1. Okay, see, I am printing obj2 dot a here. Now compile it and see. Again what I have done in class another main, inside main method, another class, this is another class program. Inside the main method I am creating instance for both the classes, class 1 and class 2. Again calling both the methods. From console.writeLine, I am just main method value. I am printing the main method value is this ob1.a. I am just giving a method here. We are calling the value from main method. That is why I am giving a meaningful name here. Method 1 main method value is obj1.a. From here I am calling this value again. Okay. After that I have created an instance for obj2. If you observe here, I have created an instance for obj2. Class 2 obj2 equal to new class 2. Again obj2 inside class 2 there is a method called as method 2. With the help of this instance name I am calling method 2 name. Console.readline. If you compile, see main method value is 10. First of all main method is executed. Main method is executed first. After that what happened? Method 1 value we are getting. Main method is executed. After that method 1 value is 10 and method 2 value is. Because main method gets executed first, we are getting the main method value first. Main method value is, I am getting obj1.a. So 10 is printed here. I am just concatenating the value here, obj1.a. Okay, obj1.a. I am just concatenating the value here. After that, again inside main method I am calling method 2 value. What is the method 2 value here? So method 1, again method 1 is called, method 1 value is, it is coming, method 1 value is, again this method is called. Okay, from here method 2. Okay, it is coming as method 1 value is a. After that again this method is executed, method 2, because I am creating the instance of the class and calling the method again method 2. Method 2 values. That's why we are getting 3 outputs as main method value is 10, method 1 value is 10 and method 2 value is 10. The concept behind this is, as we are declaring, these are the access modifiers which I was talking about. Public. We have declared this method as public. Okay, public, and declare this method as public. This instance variable as public. Okay, and this method value as public. So that is the reason we are able to access this method. That means this method we are able to access from this class. This class is different, class 2. This is class 2. We are creating the instance for class 1 and we are able to consume the variable of class 1 here, obj.a. Okay, like that. Again in main class program is there. Inside main method we are creating 2 instances of the class. Okay, one is for class 1 and another is for class 2. Like that we are consuming the methods from different classes. So this is the importance of public access modifier. If we declare the class or class member as public, all the classes belonging to the current project and all the projects of the application can use these members. Okay, you can write, can use these members. You can write like this. That is the importance of public. If you declare the class or class members as public, all the classes belonging to the current project, all these classes are belonging to the current project only. So they are able to access all the methods, class members. Class members are nothing but methods, variables, everything. All the classes belonging to the current project and all the projects of the application. This is called as an application. Application is collection of projects. Okay, application is collection of projects. Here only one project is there. This is the application actually, solution. This is the application. It is a collection of projects and all the projects of the application can use these members if it is declared as public. That is the importance of public. You might have got it by now what is public is. Next we will see what is private. If you declare a class or class member access modifier as private, which can be accessed within that class only, outside that class we can't access that class. I will explain it. If we declare the class or class member as private,